So you've identified crypto as a vehicle for building your net worth in 2023, but you're not sure how to get started, or you've dabbled in crypto throughout 2021 and 2022, maybe getting a little bit burned, but now you're ready to take it seriously going into 2023. How do you get started? What are my top tips, which I've learned over a decade of investing in various different asset classes, having seen Bitcoin bull markets and bear markets and have lived through and continue to invest through Bitcoin retracing down over 85%. What are the skills I've learned? I'm going to share my top 7 tips and a lot more with you. My first tip going into 2023 is you've got to take this seriously. And in order to do so, you've got to have a game plan. Anybody who is taking anything serious in life doesn't just arrive at the finishing line without a clear, structured game plan. So in 2023, this is going to be the year that you start to take it seriously. You set yourself objectives. You know what that finishing line looks like, and you're ready to do what it takes to deliver on that. Maybe in 2022, you were just dabbling in crypto. You were having a play here, placing a few trades, buying some cryptocurrencies. 2023 is the time you start to put some structure in place. What does your ideal portfolio look like? What do you want it to look like? What is your risk appetite? What is your target in terms of what do you want your realistic net worth to be by the end of 2023? And then plot your plan for how you're going to get there. For example, you may say by the end of 2023, I want to have a portfolio which is worth $50,000 US, and of that $50,000 US, I want a minimum of $25,000 in Bitcoin, I want $10,000 in Ethereum, and I want to split the rest amongst the top 10 cryptocurrencies at the time. Now you've got a realistic goal, you've got a realistic plan of how you're going to build your net worth pragmatically, as opposed to just saying, you know what, I'm going to do some crypto, but I'm not sure where it's going to take me. So having a clear, focused plan written down on paper with what you want the portfolio to look like and how you're going to get there is the first step you're going to need to take. And in order to start that step, you're going to have to be realistic. You're going to have to decide, what is your risk appetite? Are you somebody that wants to risk $10,000 in 2023 to try and make $500,000? Or are you somebody that's happy to go from $100,000, which you've got already, to maybe just growing that incrementally up to $120,000, $130,000? So you've got to define your risk appetite, because that will determine the kind of risky or non-risky plays that you're going to invest in throughout 2023. Next up, 2023 has to be the year you level up. You've got to look at, what does it take to make a successful crypto investor? What are the knowledge items they have? Do they know how to do technical analysis? Do they know how to analyze tokenomics of a project? Do they know how to analyze the fundamentals? Do they know how to look at on-chain metrics? Identify the areas which you need to build knowledge on and start working your way through those. There are plenty of resources out there, and you do not need to spend an arm or a leg. For example, if you identified going into 2023 that technical analysis is a weakness of yours, you don't understand chart patterns, you don't understand good timing points for entries and exits and when to take profit, maybe you want to take a technical analysis course. Mine is free, links in the description, Ijaz.UK/TA. Similarly for tokenomics, go watch some of my tokenomics videos, learn how to analyze the tokenomics of a project. That way, when you're looking to invest in a project, you've built the knowledge base that you can spot the winners from the losers, and more importantly, you can spot bear traps and big red flags well before they unwind. Step number 3, we need to get our tools ready. Anybody who is taking anything seriously has the right equipment. Now, don't get me wrong. What I'm not saying is go out and spend thousands and thousands of dollars on fancy equipment. You do not need that. But what you can do is start to make a list of the things you need to take investing in crypto seriously. There are so many people that are just doing it on their phone, trying to pretend like they're this successful day trader or investor, when it's just not realistic. So while I'm not saying go and get the highest end computer, but maybe having a laptop or some sort of a desk set up in your house somewhere is going to mean you have a space where you can go sit down for 10, 20, 30 minutes a day and just focus on crypto. Maybe you need a ledger, maybe you need a trading view account, maybe you need to get yourself set up on all the right exchanges. Look for those things, make a list of the things you need, and start buying them and getting them ready for your setup for 2023. I don't want you to use this point as a reason to procrastinate. You do not fundamentally need any of these things to definitely build wealth in crypto, but it helps. Having yourself a desk setup, having yourself set up on all the exchanges, maybe having a TradingView account if you can afford it, these little things give you that advantage when investing in crypto. And as and when you can afford it, as and when you start to make returns, it's a worthwhile investment to reinvest back into the tools and equipment which will help you get better at investing in crypto. Step number 4, and this is a biggie. It's getting your streams of income right. Now again, you may have just invested through 2022, haphazardly, maybe in an ad hoc fashion, as and when you have a spare couple of $100 or $1,000, you decided to invest in crypto. And again, that does not match up with point number 1, which is have a game plan. Once you've got your game plan in place, you've got to get your streams of income right to match up with your game plan. For example, you having a game plan of saying, I'm going to spend $1,000 into crypto every single month may not be realistic if your income minus your expenses doesn't allow for that to be so. So you've got to get your streams of income right. Find out realistically, what do you have spare that you can afford to invest in crypto once you've done everything else. For example, you've paid off your bills, paid off your mortgage, taken care of all your expenses, maybe put some into a savings account for a rainy day. What then is left that you can put into crypto? If the answer is nothing and you're screaming at this video saying, I've got nothing left at the end of the month, then you've got to figure that out, right? You've got to find a side hustle. In order to do that, I've made my top 5 side hustles video. Definitely go check that out. Watch that. I'll give you 5 creative ways you can build extra side income in crypto related projects in 2023. And once you've got those side income ready, then you can go back to your plan of saying, okay, I want to invest $200, $300, $500 a month into my favorite projects. And if I do that over the next 12 months, I'm going to have myself a nice $50,000, $100,000, $200,000 portfolio ready for me by the end of 2023. That is not a long way away from now, guys. We're talking 12 months of hard, focused work, and you can have a crypto portfolio which you're proud of. And as a side note, this is an important mindset shift. When you speak to a lot of people who are new in crypto, you can tell they're new in crypto because they're very focused on the percentage returns. Right? How much money have I made in crypto this year? How much money have I made in crypto this month? Whereas when you're looking at somebody a little bit more seasoned, they talk in the manner of how much they've managed to accumulate, right? Somebody with the right mindset for crypto, somebody said, this month I've managed to buy myself 2 or 3 Bitcoin. They don't look at the percentage portfolio because they know that the market goes up and down in massive troughs and dips, right? You have massive spikes, massive dips, and therefore any day you look at your portfolio is going to give you a false perception of what you actually own. But the asset you own is 5 Bitcoin, 10 Ethereum, 1,000 Cardano. Those are the assets you own. And if you start thinking in that manner and set yourself a goal along those lines for the end of 2023, then you can start making meaningful inroads towards your ambition of building crypto wealth. Step number 5, live below your means. And this ties in with the previous point of getting your streams of income right. If you find yourself struggling, you've got to ask yourselves, where are the corners where I can start cutting? Do we really need that holiday in 2023? Do we really need that top tier wardrobe that my wife wants instead of getting a lower quality one? Do I really need to upgrade my car this year? Remember, we're in a global recessionary environment. We're in a hiking of monetary rate policy. We're in a period when the markets are very suppressed wherever you look. The global markets are down and suppressed. So any little bit of dollar cost averaging or building of your portfolio that you're able to do now, each dollar you spend is going to get a multiple of the return, as opposed to buying at the peak in a bull market when monetary policy is loose, money is being printed, everybody is bidding the price of every stock and crypto up. Then things become far less attractive. But every dollar you're able to save now by living slightly below your means is going to pay off dividends, and can mean by December 2023, you can look back and say, you know what? I've really managed to build a really decent crypto portfolio, which sets me up for the next couple of years. Tip number 6. You've got to focus on your psychology. This is an often overlooked area of investing in crypto. People talk about, what are your skills? Are you good at technical analysis? Are you good at trading? Are you good at building a portfolio and finding the next best gem? But few people talk about the ability to manage their psychology. And as somebody who has spent years and years trading and investing in different asset classes, including stocks, bonds, derivatives, all these kinds of things, the biggest single factor that stands the experienced trader and investor away from a novice is how they are able to manage their psychology. Are you somebody that wants to get rich quick? Are you somebody that's just looking for that shortcut every single time? If you do and you've identified these traits in yourself in 2022, now is a great time to reset. To say, hang on, I'm investing in cryptocurrency for the next 5, 6, 7, 8 years. This is a lifestyle change. This is part of my portfolio. Similarly to how I might invest some in stocks, I might invest some in real estate, I'm going to focus on my business, but I also want to build a crypto portfolio in 2023. And I'm going to do it in a pragmatic and sustainable way. I'm not trying to find the next big meme coin, because here's the reality. In 2021 and 2022, if you were to take all of the money that people have put into meme coins, they all could have been sat on a very sensible portfolio of sensible coins like Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? That's the reality of it. But the human mindset is you want to go and put 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 in a Dogecoin or a SaveMoon or whatever coin you want to put in because you're hoping for that big 20, 30, 100, 200, 3,000x, right? You're looking for that Shiba. But the reality is if you just went back, rewinded the 2 years you were doing that, and just pragmatically invested in the right cryptos, in sustainable projects, you'd be sitting on a decent portfolio right now, which you could have looked back on and been proud of. And so you've got to manage your psychology. You cannot be kamikaze. You can't be in this for gambling. If you want to gamble, go to a casino. But if you want to invest pragmatically in crypto, you've got to educate yourself. You've got to have a plan. This is not just, hit and pray. You've got to have a clear plan with clear deliverables, how you're going to get there, what the risks are, what could throw you off, and you've got to be realistic about them. And that includes understanding your mindset, right? Are you the type of person that is easily swayed? If your friends are talking that crypto is bad, does that affect your mindset? Do you suddenly go start doubting yourself and start selling some of your portfolio? Do you get swayed by the news? In which case, maybe you need to turn some of the news off or not check it so often, right? Every time there's an article saying that, oh, Sam Bankman-Fried has done this or Binance has done this, does that scare you? Does that make you panic sell and change your conviction in a project? The sooner you identify these psychological traits in yourself, the quicker you're able to put systems in place which prevent you from damaging and harming your own progress. And that brings me on to the last, probably the most important point of this list, and that is analyze your 2022. Yes, if you've started trading in crypto and invested in crypto already, now is a great time for you to analyze what went well, what did not go so well in 2022. Take an hour, take 2 hours here as you head towards the new year, and just make a list of all the areas you did well in and all the areas you could have done better in. What did you invest well in a project and where did you invest wrong? What swayed your emotions one way? What swayed it the other way? And what do you want to avoid going into 2023? For example, you may say that you spent too much time looking at crypto and that swayed your emotions. You may say that you followed meme coins too fast. You may have said that I did not allocate my portfolio correctly. I got too emotionally attached to one project that I forgot about loads of other projects. You may say you got over-influenced by a certain influencer or personality on Twitter, right? Make a list of all the things so that way you're not repeating the same mistakes. Remember, Einstein said that insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So definitely, you do not just want to be ambling through into 2023 with the same mindset, with the same lack of game plan, with the same non-plan and expecting different results and just blaming exterior market factors and dynamics. You're in control of your wealth, you're in control of your portfolio, and fundamentally, if you follow these tips, you'll be in a far better place in 2023, having built a sustainable and pragmatic crypto portfolio. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to smash the likes. Don't forget to subscribe. Go watch this video here to find 5 creative ways you can get your income up so you can dollar cost average a lot more into crypto going into 2023. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.